know, and so does 90% of the defensive minds that are out there in the football world professionally how to beat them. The fact is nobody's nobody's managing to do it much this season. They're rolling over people quite frequently. Let's be real.
I mean, like you said, you need a physical defense to knock them on their asses to be able to get that off. And I just think the Bills and Titans are one of the teams. It might even be the Chiefs the way their defense are playing. The way you got Frank Clark coming off, Agba, Chris Jones, it's another front that could do that. So I just feel that, but the main two are Buffalo and Tennessee. Like you just said, Tennessee's not a team you want to see in there because their defense can get to the QB, they can get in the backfield to the running back, and plus they got an offense that will churn anything into points with Derrick Henry and Ryan Tannehill right now. It's just,
I'm just
I
I'm telling you.
those are my two.
I'm telling you right now. Just nobody wants to see the Titans. Like
They're
they
the
should
Giants
they
team in '07 and 2011. That's who they are.
yeah, nobody, and I think they might be a little better
Oh
because
no,
they're
they are
more
better. I'm just
explosive.
saying the aspect that
Yeah, that's
aspect
the
of
yeah.
what team
That
they
is,
don't want to be.
let's put it like this: it would not surprise me to see them get into the playoffs because they even have a chance to win the division, don't they? It would not
Yes,
surprise
sir.
me
They
to see them
play
get in the
the Texans this
playoffs
weekend.
and end up knocking off the freaking Ravens and making it to the Super Bowl. I'm not freaking shitting you. I'm not
I
like
know.
I'm not
I
saying it's
know.
gonna happen, but like I would not be sitting here and being like, I did not see that coming. It's like no. Look
Ravens
at them.
defensive
Nobody
front
wants to
has
play
some
them in the
holes.
AFC playoffs this year.
Look what
Not
Nick
unless
Chubb
something
did to
changes
that
over the
Baltimore.
next 3 weeks dramatically. Like which this is the NFL. It could. The way they're rolling right now, you ain't wanting to see them.
Look what the Nick Chubb and the Browns running game did to the Baltimore defense on the front. You're telling me 20, 25 carries of Derrick Henry ain't gonna
No,
freaking open up some
Henry's
holes?
better. I
Come on
love
now.
Chubb. I love Chubb and I love
Oh, I'm
Hunt, but
just
they're
saying the
not
fact
big
that there's
guys.
holes on that Baltimore defense.
Yeah, but even if there weren't big holes, that's a that's a
Henry will make them.
bulldozer. That's a bulldozer with a Ferrari engine in it, dude. He'll just make one, and then once he makes one, then he's just gonna outrun all your little Maseratis and make them look stupid. That's the
Yeah, I don't
problem with
care
him.
how hard Earl Thomas
That's the
hits.
problem with him.
Henry would run him over
Like
in a
there,
heartbeat.
you can have all the speed you want in the secondary. Well, great because he's like 255, 6'3", and then he's moving at 20, 21 miles an hour. Have you ever heard of whatever is in motion wants to stay in motion? Yeah, that's like a meteor coming at you. Good luck.
So my thing is, you know how Derrick Henry is. I mean, you see how he's built. He's proportionally built with his weight. There's muscle from head all the way down to toe. The guy that I find funny that cannot be
Do you know that
more in proportion.
it's
Huh.
ironic that he is on the team called the Titans because he's built like a damn Titan.
Yeah. Well, my point was is the in proportionate guy of a running back. It's Leonard Fournette because of how big he is, and he's a shorter back. He's like Derrick Henry's weight, but in Fournette's body, and it's like he's smushed down. He's just improportionately built. I just find
He's
that
like
funny.
the bus.
Oh no, how dare you? The bus was even more improportionally built.
I'm
You
just
put an
saying.
offensive lineman upper body on him.
He had skinny ankles. That's what made him good.
I don't know. That's the fattest guy that I've ever seen get skinny through a hole. Literally.
Man, he was big, dude. I think at one time he was like 280
As a running back, and he would still run a 4.5. That's how stupid it was.
because he had skinny ankles. I'm telling you,
And
man.
then, and then Natrone Means, another one, another big guy who had some wheels. Oh, what about Tyrone Wheatley? We could we could name bruiser running
All
backs all
guys
day
with
long.
skinny ankles. And you know what else, though? Look at Derrick Henry, the way he's built. He's got solid ankles, but they're skinny. And he's fast.
Oh. Anyways, yeah, I wanted to bring up a little nugget after power rankings. Packers Twitter's been blowing up about this. I wanted to see how you feel, Jay. I
Oh
saw
God, you're not
that.
going to say his name, who shall not be mentioned, are you?
Oh,
You know.
Skip Bayless said he has a close source that says OBJ says he came out and told this source he wants to play in Green Bay. I want to see how you feel about it, and I'll give my answer after.
Well, first of all, I think Skip Bayless is full of shit. Second of all, like
I mean, we all
what
know that.
are they? Are
Saying the
they
source is
what?
true.
Are
Okay,
they?
say the
Are
source
they
is true.
trading?
How
Are
would you
they
feel?
trading for him? And so
I'm
what are we
assuming
trading
so.
for him? A 5th-round pick, 6th-round pick? Because
Uh-huh.
like, what does he produce? Like Alan Lazard's had a better season than OBJ, and he's an
Well, he was traded
undrafted
for a
free
first and
agent,
a third last time, and he what?
and
That's the
he's
thing. I
done
haven't even looked
nothing.
at his stats. Like there
He's getting
hasn't been nothing to
outperformed
go.
by just about
Uh,
everybody else on his team, even though he's on the field. Like, I'm not saying this has nothing to do with his attitude. He's been he's been good.
he's got more
Like
mature. I'll definitely
he's
give him
no,
that.
I'm this nope. So don't even this is about football and production. Period. Because he is got no issues. I don't care whether it's just him masking whatever is. I don't care because I'm not hearing about it. I'm not seeing it. So this is about his football, about his production on the field and all that, and his actual football value as a player.
So
No
this year
personality.
he has started all 13 games. He has 108 targets, 59 receptions. That is not a good catch percentage.
Not for
For
OBJ.
15, yeah, 59 receptions on 108 targets. That's only like 50 something catch percentage. 844 for yards, only 2 touchdowns. So it means he's not finding the end zone. Devontae Adams missed 4 games and still has 3 touchdowns.
Okay, so what's Lazard's numbers? Just curious.
No, you're good. I'm keeping on looking. His average yards per game for OBJ is 64.9 this season. His longest is an 89-yard touchdown. I just his first downs he only has 34, and at this point last year he had 50. Eesh. Yeah. So Alan Lazard, let's go take a look. I'm pretty sure he's only got like 300 something. Alan Lazard, folks, is started 1 game out of 13 games, so he's been a role player. Targeted 32 times for 24 receptions. So you're looking at what, 68 to 70 percentage?
Yeah.
Okay, so it's a whole nother 20% above what OBJ is doing right now, basically. 349 receiving yards, 2 touchdowns. So you're literally getting the same scoreboard as OBJ for touchdowns.
For an undrafted, restricted.
Started 1 game. 75% catch percentage. That's what he's getting. Yep.
I'm just saying I wasn't like
No.
expecting
I'm not
like same numbers. I'm just saying like
Yeah.
production value wise. Come on now. I'm talking about an
No, production value
undrafted free
wise.
agent rookie.
Well, you got to think too. Um, I'm going back and I'm going to go look at Odell's stuff for one reason. 2018, he had 1,052 yards and he's got 3 games left. I don't think he meets that. He had 6 touchdowns last year. I don't think he meets that. I don't. Like he said, and then he
Now
had
here, no. Let me be clear. Right before we even go on there, I want to shoot this out there because we could go on and be those
yeah.
guys that are going to just go through these stats, right, and all this. Let's be real about this.
I was just bringing him up.
Nope. Look, and I'm not getting on you. I'm sitting here thinking, I'm like, I don't want to be, Dave and I don't want to be these guys that sit here and go through stats and say he's not. This is the thing, though. That place is toxic. It's a freaking black hole, dude. They have all this talent and they can't win still. It's like it almost identically when I'm sitting here thinking about it because we do this. You and I like to do this all the time. Okay, is I'm going through my football Rolodex, right? Memories. Vikings, Moss, Raiders, crappy, Moss, 4th round pick. Patriots. This seems to be the same situation. He's and what happened to Moss? Everybody said he wasn't mature and this and that, but he actually was pretty mature in Oakland. That's why they kind of traded him to a contender. Were willing to trade him to a contender, even though his production wasn't there. He wasn't like a jackass out there. And then once he got to New England, he was very mature. I think there's still a few little issues with OBJ, but he's a lot more mature. I just think that place is like the Raiders were back then. It's just a freaking black hole. And I think he is probably going to get traded. I don't know if it's going to be Green Bay, but I think it's probably going to be to somebody like a Green Bay because I don't think anybody else is going to look at that and say, oh, we can rebuild around Odell and this big contract and all that. That's what just kind of popped in my head, Dave. What do you think?
You know what? Bringing up that whole Moss theory on how he had to leave the Raiders, like of basically being a black hole. Ironically, it's a nickname for him, but it's just the environment there in Cleveland. Freddie Kitchens is not a good head coach. He's not a quarterback groomer. He's not a player groomer either. Obviously, Beckham to me, and a lot of people play this off like, oh, because I watched Beckham not go to the offensive huddle during that game last week multiple times. I find that he's already trying to alienate himself. So it shows he doesn't want to be a part of it. And to me, it really does show Dave Gettleman from the Giants was sticking it to OBJ because he knew how it was going to be in Cleveland. So he sent him there, got a first and third, got it while the getting's good. But with his production now, obviously the draft value and picks is going to go down. You're not going to give up a first. You're not going to give up a third combined. I mean, honestly, it would be, to me, I'd still give up a low second for OBJ. To be honest, I would.
No, I'm just saying, I think he's worth trading for because with the way the contract goes, they paid him, so then a big chunk of that contract stays with them, so you actually get him on a cheaper deal. Dave, I'm sure we'll look this up and find out what that would be.
Doing it.
I know because I could see on the look on your face while I'm talking here, and so then you're getting value. And I honestly believe the next team he goes to, if it has an Aaron Rodgers, a Drew Brees, can you imagine like the Saints? I can see the Saints going after him and matching him up with that because they're going to get him at a prorated salary because of the trade and how that comes off the contract sticks. And you're about to tell us this?
So, if they no. Oof. Of course, the ad pops up. How dare you, over the cap?
Uh-oh. So I could see a few teams that had established veteran quarterbacks that, are actually contenders. The 49ers. Like, that's an NFC. It's going to be an NFC team. They're not trading him in the AFC. Because they don't want to have to, that's an old school move. That's who they have as a GM.
In 2020, he earns $14.250 million for the year, and it's actually a cheaper contract.
Devontae Adams, man.
Devontae Adams is making $13 million right now, and
you can afford to have both of those guys on the Packers if you traded for him. That's not that's not out of the question.
So okay, right? So here, let me bring this up. I am in Green Bay's salary cap, overthecap.com. I love this place. It's like magic. So we're projected. So right now, they're projected to be right at $200 million for the cap max extension or the max raise, and it's sitting at about $201 million. And Packers are projected $27.5 million. Well, I'm in 2020, and I go to cut pre-June 1st. Lane Taylor saves us $3 million right there. So that puts us up at 30 on top of that. So, I mean, you sit there and go through that in another One, I hate doing this. I know he's been